Do you want to speak like a leader? Actually, speaking like a leader is not about mimicking someone else's tone or vocabulary, nor is it about using complicated language or dramatic gestures. It is about communicating clearly, confidently, and with a sense of purpose that influences others and earns their respect. The essence of leadership communication lies in the ability to inspire, motivate, and guide others toward a shared vision. To achieve this, one must first develop self-awareness, clarity of thought, and the ability to connect with others on both intellectual and emotional levels. A leader speaks not just to inform, but to move people to action. One of the first steps in learning how to speak like a leader is to cultivate confidence. Confidence in speech comes from preparation, practice, and belief in your own message. It doesn't mean being loud or dominating the conversation. Rather, it means speaking with a calm, assured tone that invites attention and trust. When a leader speaks, their words carry weight because they speak from a place of conviction. This requires a deep understanding of the subject matter and the audience. A good leader researches thoroughly and prepares well. They anticipate questions, recognize opposing viewpoints, and prepare to respond to doubts with facts, empathy, and reasoning. Clarity is another vital aspect of speaking like a leader. People follow those they understand. If your message is buried in jargon, rambling sentences, or abstract ideas, your audience will tune out. Leaders simplify without dumbing down. They know how to break down complex issues into understandable terms and how to organize their speech logically. This includes having a clear structure, an engaging opening, a well-developed body, and a powerful conclusion. Each part of the speech should serve a purpose, leading the audience step by step toward a central message. In addition to clarity, authenticity plays a major role. Audiences respond best to leaders who are real and honest. Speaking like a leader involves showing vulnerability when appropriate, sharing personal stories or experiences that support your point, and admitting when you don't have all the answers. This kind of openness builds trust. People don't just follow ideas. They follow people they trust. Authenticity also involves aligning your words with your values and actions. If what you say doesn't match what you do, your credibility is at risk. Great leaders are consistent in message and behavior. Another essential component is emotional intelligence. A leader must be aware of the emotions in the room, know how to read the mood of the audience, and adjust their speech accordingly. If the mood is tense, a calm and reassuring tone may be needed. If the group is discouraged, then energy and optimism can help reignite motivation. Using emotional intelligence, leaders tailor their message to meet their audience's emotional and psychological needs. It's not manipulation, it's understanding. Strong leaders also master the art of storytelling. Facts and figures are necessary, but stories are what make messages stick. A well-told story can illustrate a point far more powerfully than a list of statistics. Stories evoke emotions, create connections, and give context. A leader might use a story to highlight a challenge, illustrate a solution, or celebrate a success. When storytelling is authentic and relevant, it increases the impact of the speech significantly. Equally important is the ability to listen. Speaking like a leader doesn't mean monopolizing the conversation. True leadership involves two-way communication. Great leaders ask questions, pause to hear others' views, and respond thoughtfully. This shows respect, encourages collaboration, and increases buy-in. People are more likely to support a decision they feel involved in. Body language is also a vital part of leadership communication. Your nonverbal cues can either strengthen or weaken your message. Standing tall, maintaining good posture, using hand gestures that emphasize key points, and making eye contact all convey confidence and openness. Facial expressions should match the tone of your message. A warm smile, a serious look, or a nod at the right moment can make your words more powerful. Avoid distracting behaviors like pacing, fidgeting, or looking away, as they can diminish your credibility. Voice modulation is another tool that leaders use to engage their audience. Speaking in a flat, monotonous tone makes it hard for others to stay interested. Leaders vary their pitch, volume, and speed to emphasize key points and keep listeners attentive. Pausing at the right moments can create suspense, allow ideas to sink in, or give the audience time to reflect. Silence, when used effectively, is a powerful tool. Word choice is critical too. Leaders avoid filler words like like, or you know that make them sound uncertain. They use active, positive language. Instead of saying, "We can't do this," a leader might say, "Here's what we can do." Positive framing encourages optimism and action. Leaders also use inclusive language that brings people together, using "we" and "us" rather than "I" and "you" too often. This fosters unity and shared ownership. Another way to speak like a leader is to focus on value and vision. Every message should have a purpose and offer something of value to the listener, be it a solution, a perspective, or a call to action. Leaders don't just talk about what is. They speak about what could be. They inspire by painting a picture of the future, sharing a compelling vision, and inviting others to be a part of it. Their words carry the energy of possibility. Adaptability is also crucial. A leader must adjust their communication style based on the audience, context, and platform. The way you speak in a team meeting might be different from how you present to stakeholders or the public. Leaders prepare differently for formal speeches, one-on-one talks, or virtual meetings. Flexibility and awareness of different environments show professionalism and sensitivity. Feedback is another tool for growth. Great leaders seek feedback on how they communicate. They ask trusted peers or mentors to review their speaking style, take note of their strengths and weaknesses, and work on improvement. They may record themselves to observe posture, tone, or facial expressions. Over time, with practice and refinement, their presence becomes more commanding. Furthermore, leaders show respect for their audience by managing time wisely. They do not waste words or extend speeches unnecessarily. Every minute of speaking time is used to add value. This shows discipline and respect, which further enhances a speaker's leadership presence. In challenging situations, such as crises or conflicts, leaders speak with calm authority. They acknowledge problems honestly, show empathy for those affected, and offer clear steps forward. They do not spread fear or confusion. Instead, they offer hope and solutions. This kind of communication stabilizes teams and builds resilience. Ultimately, to speak like a leader means to communicate with purpose, clarity, confidence, and compassion. It is a skill that combines intellectual depth with emotional sensitivity and technical proficiency with personal authenticity. I hope you have enjoyed this video, but please don't forget like and subscription to my channel. Thank you.